What is a completely random fact that doesn't sound true but actually is? In 2002, Jermaine Fuller, founding member and vocalist of the Buckwheat Boys, known for songs like Peanut Butter Jelly Time and Ice Cream and Cake, shot a police officer non-fatally in the head and chest. Then barricaded himself in a Las Vegas apartment, taking 2 men hostage. The hostages escaped unharmed. A recording was played over the phone of Fuller's brother-in-law, Snoop Dogg, attempting to convince him to surrender to no avail. After an 11-hour standoff, Fuller was found dead in the apartment's bathroom with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his right temple. In 1967, the United States and Russia signed a deal that said that they won't nuke the moon. The coast of France has had Garfield phones washing ashore since the 1980s. Like actual phones in the shape of Garfield the cat. New York's Central Park is larger than the country of Monaco. In Japan, eating KFC is a Christmas tradition. Pizza Hut in China is considered to be a nice restaurant with a top-notch salad bar and seafood. If you haven't heard about their salad bar, look up salad bar stacking in China. Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut in America used to be a more upscale restaurant when I was a kid, 1970s 80s, with a salad bar. Served alcohol, tablecloths, etc. At least it was in my town. Bees vomit the nectar in each other's mouth multiple times until it becomes honey. In 1793, the new United States needed a common measure system. So T. Jefferson wrote to France and they sent some continental measurements to establish new system in the states. Unfortunately, a big storm forced the ship way south and it was intercepted by British pirates. In older times, the slang SLT was used for the women who couldn't keep a clean bedroom. Could technically be used the same way today. This isn't that unbelievable, but it's a random and really cute fact that this post made me think of. An experiment was conducted with 2 mice, separated by a wall with a door. The door could only be opened by mouse A. The experimenters, or whatever you call them, started filling up mouse B's room with water. Mouse B started squeaking in distress and mouse A heard and opened the door to save mouse B. It's not that groundbreaking, but I thought it was adorable when I heard about it. Bears can run faster than horses. So you're saying we should switch to bear power as a unit of measurement? We've all kicked a pregnant lady. The time between Pluto being discovered and Pluto no longer qualifying as a planet was less than 1 year on Pluto. Australia exports sand and camels to the Middle East. Carrots used to be purple. A Dutch farmer grew an orange carrot. And because he was a supporter of the House of Orange, he kept growing them. The Germans have a word, Drachenfutter, for which they're no English counterpart. Literally, it's feeding the dragon. But the meaning is to offer a gift of appeasement to a spouse who's mad at you. Correction. In English it means I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. By population. If you have a penetrating trauma to one eye, the other one can develop an inflammatory reaction months or years after. In ancient Rome, gladiators used to do paid advertisements for things like olive oil. The Tyrannosaurus Rex lived closer in time to the moon landing than it did to the Stegosaurus. You can fit all of the planets side by side between Earth and the moon. I don't think I can. US Navy trains dolphins, seals, and walruses for military use. Russia has trained seals too. I've heard of these Navy SEALs. Zombies exist. They are very real. It's just that humans can't turn into zombies as far as we know. But ants, spiders, and other bugs have been known to get infected by certain types of fungi that mind controls them. They basically kill them and just make their bodies move around to spread the fungus further. This is what inspired the zombies from The Last of Us to be created. There are so many different varieties of apples that you could eat a different one every day for 20 years and still not have eaten every kind. The London Underground mosquito is a distinct species of mosquito, endemic to subway systems. London Underground mosquito is a really good name for a punk band. Edit. Sharks are older than trees. The first tree evolved somewhere around 320-280 million years ago. The first shark around 400 million years ago. I misread shark as Shrek, so now I have a Shrek fact. Shrek and Han Solo have the same outfit. Dolphins get high off a nerve toxin released by pufferfish and then start passing them around. They also pay each other and masturbate by putting dead fish on their dicks. Nature be like a fap fap here and a fap fap there, fap 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 everywhere, a fap fap. 99% of the mass of our solar system is just the sun. There is not a single bridge across the Amazon River. It is more than 300 miles long. The only bridge is the Rio Negro Bridge, which opened in 2010. It connects the banks of the Rio Negro River, which is the tributary of the Amazon. Saw this on a Snapple cap the past 2 weeks. A single human could swim through the veins of a blue whale. I'd have to try this while I'm not in a relationship. Van Gogh died when Picasso was 9 years old. Picasso died in 1973. Also, Nintendo is as old as Van Gogh's Starry Night, which was painted 1 year before Van Gogh's death. The only reason people fall over when being shot is because they were taught to do so by movies and TV. In fact, most people won't even know they've been shot until they see it. This obviously doesn't apply to a shot to the brain or spine. The closest US state to the continent of Africa, geographically, is Maine. There are more interstate highways in Hawaii than in Maine. And all of Hawaii's interstates are on Oahu. Funny to call them interstates there. Sheep and their relatives used to be King Badus. Andriosaurus stood 8 feet tall at the shoulder. Had canine teeth and their jaws were 2 meters long, making them the largest mammalian predator that ever lived on land. They were like giant wargs gifted with the long snout of a crocodile. So how do we know they were actually related to sheep and weren't some kind of tank variant of werewolf? They had hooves, not claws. Cleopatra lived closer in time to the building of the first Pizza Hut restaurant than she did to the building of the Great Pyramids. Chocolate means it isn't chocolate. Hamsters have 4 times faster stride than horses and can run 10 kilometers in one night. There are 2 ways to arrange 2 playing cards. There are 6 ways to arrange 3 playing cards. But there are more ways to arrange 20 playing cards than there have been seconds since the Big Bang theoretically took place. The entire state of Wyoming only has 2 escalators. If you blur your eyes, you keep them open longer, it helps for starting contests. Impact scales linearly with respect to an increase in weight, but exponentially with respect to speed. For example, let's say you were to crash your car, doubling the weight of the vehicle while leaving its speed the same would only double the force of its impact, whereas doubling its speed would quadruple its impact. Likewise, tripling its weight alone would only triple the force of its impact, whereas tripling its speed alone would multiply impact by 9 times. And quadrupling either weight or speed would multiply impact by factors of 4 and 16, respectively. Etc. Speed kills. No. Speed has never killed a single person. Suddenly becoming stationary. Zebras are actually black with patterned white hairs. The 10th US president, John Tyler, has a living grandson. As in, the son of his son. He left office 175 years ago. Albert Einstein was once invited to be the president of Israel. Why are there so many facts about Pizza Hut in this thread? 1 pack of ramen is 2 servings. 1 in 500 babies are born with an extra finger or toe. They remove them quickly too by tying a piece of string around the extra digit, which then falls off within a few days. Beer has all the vitamin requirements needed to survive. Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire. Camels originally came from the Americas. Bananas are actually berries. An 18 pizza is bigger than two 12 pizzas. You are probably allergic to moon dust. Isn't that because moon dust is sharp and pointy thanks to little erosion and breathing it in will physically shred your lungs? Nintendo was founded in 1889 as a playing card company. You only need to know pi to the 39th place to measure the circumference of the observable universe to the width of a hydrogen atom. Artificial vanilla flavoring comes from a gland inside a beaver's anus. Professional basketball players have more arms than the average 4 Americans. Exclamation point. That is, they have 2 arms. While the national average is something like 1.99. Peanuts are not actually nuts. Cotton candy was originally called fairy floss. Candy floss in UK. Geographically, there's only one country between North Korea and Norway. Russia. Your body produces hydrogen peroxide. It's possible to grow up and not have kids. All people should try it. Hyenas are more like cats than dogs. Neanderthals were actually better built and smarter than Homo sapiens. But they were wiped out because they didn't try to make long-ranged weapons that Homo sapiens did. BC Homo sapiens didn't have enough HP to take hits from bigger animals. The sun is white. Moon dust will FCK you up. The moon smells of geraniums. Semicolon. Edit. Correction. The moon smells of gunpowder. Semicolon. No idea where I got the geraniums bit. From the other comment sounds like the moon is not something you want to smell. On average, people have slightly more than one skeleton in them. Donald Trump is the 45th president of the United States of America. All of these are very interesting indeed. Nice work, guys.